prevent agenda. For all these reasons and more, we are on strike.
Is it accurate to say that the typical lecturer will be £10,000 a year worse off in their pension?
That's absolutely true, yes, and that's not just coming from the union, that's coming from the actuarial forecasters who were employed to come up with some evaluation of the costs of this terrible idea of replacing our pension scheme with something grossly inferior.
We are forced up against the wall, and that's why we're having such an extensive period of strikes. I mean, there is some debate about whether 14 days of strikes is the right way to go, and I completely understand that. It's very disruptive for the students, it's very disruptive for us as staff. We have to think about assessments and all of these kind of things and the effect that it's going to have. But really there's no option if there's no negotiation on this issue, and we have to make a stand at some point. I think most of the students actually support the strike. They certainly understand the reasons and they're not going to oppose it. A minority are a little bit upset and anxious that this may affect their grades, but we've been trying to reassure them that we'll work with them to make sure that that doesn't happen. I need more senior members of staff to be able to rely on the fact that they can retire on the pension that they signed up for and on a decent pension. So that people like me, younger members, will be able to get a decent job at the end of the day, and so that they can be looked after as well once they reach retirement age.
What effect do you hope the strike will have then?
Well, hopefully it'll bring people back to the negotiating table. My hope is that by the middle of next week the strike will have had an impact, that UCU will be back in negotiation with the USS pension managers, and that we can get a reasonable deal on this, and we can get a solution which means we can go back to work, the students can go back to the classes, and that more senior lecturers can retire on a comfortable pension, which they after all have earned.
So the strikes today, tomorrow, or the next 3 weeks thereafter, what effect do you hope these strikes will have?
I hope that the universities UK will admit the fact that they need to get back to the negotiating table. I mean, this has been forced upon us. I do not want to go on strike. I want just to do my job, but I'm not prepared to give in and accept some god-awful pension scheme. There's just literally no point in working at university anymore. I'd rather get a job elsewhere.